Okay, everybody. The the grounding right before just a few seconds ago, we seen a grounding problem with this one when you take your hands totally off of it and you just barely touch the strings. Especially on high gain amps, it's real important. If you don't have a high gain amp and you're playing low volume, you really don't hear it. But when you use a high gain amp, I can't stand that grounding noise. So what we're gonna fix it, but you know, like, okay, this has a semi Fender style where they run the ground wire to this, okay, and it goes through these springs onto the, as they call the block on the Fender. But this thing's just a piece of sheet metal stamped. So normally, like on the Fenders, I'd run and make a set screw for drill a hole and set that wire in there and screw it in. But on this thing, we're gonna have to make a solder. We're gonna solder to this as commonly on the block. Now, I mean, most guitars I've ever seen are notorious for having these ground issues. Okay, the Gibsons, what I always did on mine were like on the Tunermatic. So these Tunermatics, I'd run this ground wire up under there, and it would come up under about that much of it would show from coming underneath the pickup ring to this back post. And that bit right there was ground. You know, that looks like they put a high E number 8 or 9 to run them grounds on them Gibsons. So, but all my custom Les Paul, I didn't care. Them Gibsons are notorious. Now, I mean, the Fender, you know, now, I'll tell you a good one is a Telecaster. They got that wire that comes under that back plate just right on top of it. You rarely get those grounding issues. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take that wire loose here. First thing first, I need to, see, I use this thin solder. And, so what I do, you can always make it thicker. So just cripple up, open up this grill. Wind it up. That's plenty. All right. Okay. So what we got here? So we got some solder knife. I guess that's gonna get hot now. Okay. Let's clean this little piece right here. All right. All right. Okay, that easy. You know, that way the ground is so much closer to the strings versus going through those springs. I mean, that makes a big difference. All right. So, here's another thing I would do, like I would make this little thing, so it springs, like, I got the whammy blocked off, so we don't need to add, like, make it so it's springy, so they can use the, he's not going to use the whammy. Now this thing sets up good, for a cheapo. The thing of it is, these today, the techniques I use in putting, cutting all this out with the CAD and all that, the machines, a cheap guitar, man, will do a lot better than they used to. And, we'll see what this thing does. But so far, this thing's been pretty fun to mess with. I didn't make it just happened. But, okay, that's what we did, everybody. Later.